So someone asked me yesterday, Alex, what is the fastest, most ethical way to make $1 million? And as someone who's helped hundreds of people over the last 5.5 years build an online business, I thought I'd give this a shot and answer the question based on facts, data, and everything that I've learned over the past 5.5 years of helping people achieve business results. So I've seen students achieve this type of result, $1 million, in record-breaking speed to the point where you would question your existence. Like, how does this person do this? How is this possible? Why am I working so hard and so long and I can't achieve results like that and other people can? Yet other people, they do it at a slow, leisurely pace, but make progress every year and then eventually reach it. Yet others, they never really get there and they give up maybe a quarter of the way in or halfway in or 75% in. So what I'm going to share with you is the way that those have succeeded who have gotten to $1 million and have gotten there in a reasonable amount of time. So that's what you're going to get in this video. So first, let's cover the key factors that go into this equation. There's you and what you bring to the table in terms of intelligence, knowledge, work ethic. Then there's your business model, like how your business works and how it generates revenue and profit. And then there's the market, how they respond to you, what is currently in demand, what people want to pay a lot of money for, do people actually want to buy anything, and so on. And then there's the team, which team are you able to build, how fast you're willing to build the team, and how fast are you able to build the team. Can you retain them? Can you train them? Can you afford to keep paying them while you're not making money yet? Do you have to do that in the first place? And then there's the processes and systems, everything that makes your business more automated and less people reliant and can turn it into a business that you can sell. So those are the factors. Now there's two types of people. There's the people who want to get there eventually and people who want to get there in lightning speed, who want an explosive growth business model. So the people who want to get there eventually, the factors that I mentioned, you just need to do them well enough. Just well enough and invest enough time. And then eventually, after improvements, iterations, and lots of sales calls, you're going to get to $1 million. It's a matter of time. It's not that complicated. What is complicated is maintaining it and growing it beyond that. But that's a topic for a different video. So the topic of this video was the fastest ethical way, not the eventually I'll get there way. So what is required for the fastest way? So is it going to be you? Is it going to be just you sitting in a room and you make $1 million? Well, most likely not. Even if you manage to work 25 hours a day somehow, most likely it's not going to be just you. If you figure everything out for just yourself, you alone in a room and no help, and you do everything yourself, it's not going to be just you. You're going to have to do a lot more than that. What about if you take a bunch of time to analyze markets and to figure out market opportunities? Does this help? Will this build you a business in record time that's making $1 million? Well, not really, because these markets, they're quite fickle. And unless you're already testing a business in a market, it's pretty tough to get good data from market analysis. So what about your team? Certainly you need a team if you want to get to $1 million. It's very rare for a business owner to get to $1 million without a team. It's very, very hard to do that. There are business models out there that allow that, but it's just very unlikely. And the skill required is very, very hard, like to reach that skill level. It's very, very, very hard. It's unlikely that most people watching this video would be able to run a business like that. And what about your team? So will building a perfect team result in a $1 million business? It's not really enough. Like, you can't really just build a team or just do the market research and rely on one of those as your primary factor in your business and then make $1 million. It can get you to a certain point. It can get you certain results if you do other things well enough. But what really matters is the entire business model and how everything fits together. Because the way you would build a team for one business model is very different from the way you would build a team for a different business model. And the way you would figure out which market to sell to depends on your experience and what actually produces the end result. So you can't really say, let's just focus on this and then things will work out. everything needs to fit together as a single business model. And if you can't make it fit into a single business model where everything works perfectly together, it's just not going to work. Now, I'm not saying it has to be absolutely perfect and everything has to be optimized from day one. It's an iteration process like we mentioned in yesterday's video. However, it'll help you tremendously if someone with business experience who's built business before and who's fit all the pieces together has figured out a business model that you can implement. And that's the most likely way to get to your first $1 million business. And it's the fastest way. That's why many entrepreneurs, they choose to get into things like franchises. You get into a franchise, you give up percentage of your business, of course, but at least you get a working business model that's been proven to work for everyone who's participating pretty much. So you can get into that, or you can get into a business mastermind or a coaching program or one of those things, like kind of buy into a working business model. That's kind of what we're doing in Business Mentor Insiders. We're constructing business models based on our members' experience and results. So we take the best results from our mastermind for our members, and then we build a business model based on that. And when that business model is implemented, it tends to work because it's based on hundreds of people working together to build a business model. That's why the entire business model, the construction thereof, the single unit where every part works perfectly together, that is what it takes to build a business quickly, okay? Relatively quickly, because it's never super, super fast. And part of it is also luck. Like, you're gonna have to get a little bit lucky to get to $1 million fast, because if things go wrong every single month for 6 months in a row, and you can't solve the problems, you can't learn from them, and so on, it doesn't matter what business model you're gonna follow. And if you just have very bad luck, you could actually lose money on anything. Like, you can walk down the street and lose money if you have bad luck. So there is a factor of luck, and there is a factor of hard work, and there is a factor of how much time are you willing to invest. Obviously, that's important, and not everyone gets the same result. But on average, with a working business model that's been proven to work over and over and over, the odds of success are very high. They tend to be very, very high. And that's what I here sharing with you today. Get into a working business model, especially as your first business. It works way better than trying to figure out every single thing by yourself or trying to laser focus on a single thing in business construction. It doesn't really work that way. So what I have for you is I have the next video where we discuss such a business model. So click on this video here and I'll share with you the essence of a working business model. So click on there and watch that. Also, I'd like you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the little bell notification icon in case you want to keep getting videos about marketing, sales, and building businesses. Thank you, and see you in this next video.